What's up, guys? It's Lugo back with Flex Appeal episode 114. Today was week 19, day 6. I started with some high bar squats. This primary exercise on the secondary day has changed quite a bit. Uh, not well, maybe not a lot, like quite a bit, but before last block it was pause squats, I believe, and I pretty much did pause squats like what feels like forever, for like 12 weeks or 11 weeks or something. And it was in my like normal bar position from where my what it would be my competition squat, which is a little bit, it's not super low anymore. Like I can't really get into a true low bar position. Something about my shoulder, that left shoulder, kind of messed up over time when I used to do low bar. Uh, I believe because my back tightness wasn't really that good, so it would just kind of roll forward and push my shoulder forward. And from doing low bar for so long, it kind of just messed that shoulder up for uh like it doesn't hurt, but if I do low bar long enough and heavy enough, it will start to hurt. But I've kind of been able to get away with just squatting a little bit higher bar position because it feels better, and I honestly think that the actual torso angle is also better than my low bar, and it feels better, and it allows me to get more consistent squat training. So the fact that that happened was kind of a W for my squat because it let me work on stuff that I was kind of ignoring because my lower back was so strong, and I would just be able to push my squat up by just low bar squatting. But I decided, all things aside, if that was a kind of a long tangent, I did decide to change this back to high bar. I feel like I didn't have the amount of meat that you need to have like on your traps to do a true high bar squat last training block. And of course, gaining muscle, actually having the ankle mobility to do a true high bar squat where you're pushing your knees forward and having the bar like on your traps. I can actually do it now, and it feels different, significantly different from my competition squat. So I decided, you know what? Hey, I'm gonna put this in. I'm not gonna go crazy. This is 220, 100 kilos for 3 sets of 8. Really, just trying to nail the form down again because I haven't done a true high bar squat in quite a while, and it didn't feel great, because if you've ever squatted, obviously, and anybody that's watching this has definitely squatted before, you get the bar knurling, like scratching your back. And normally when you squat, it's like fine. It doesn't really scar your back much anymore because you're used to it and you have tough skin in that area where the bar is usually. But whenever you move the bar and you're on a new position, you can feel that like the knurling on your back pretty, you know, vividly, or I don't know the word that I'm trying to use, but you could feel it during the set and subsequent sets of squatting. And I definitely felt that today, like on my on my traps. It didn't feel great, um, but it was something that it's just lightweight anyway, so it didn't really matter. I think that this day though is really good. I felt very strong. The belt squat I hit for 3 plates. I tried to slow it down a little bit. Obviously, it doesn't look like much, but I feel very strong, man. These knee sleeves are helping a lot. And one thing that I tried to change from this from the subsequent weeks of doing belt squat was I feel like I was spending too much time at the top resetting. And although that's not like um a bad technique to use for this, for me, I feel like I'm not getting much from this just resting, like just banging out. It's the same thing that I feel about pausing it forever in between leg press. Like I just want to make sure that my quads are going to failure, and pausing at the top is not really going to do that. You're just going to waste time, and you're going to lose the actual blood flow in your quads for a little bit just to pump out more reps. Um, and I feel like, especially for leg press, like going a little bit shy of lockout or not taking forever to reset between reps, you actually do take your quads closer to failure in my opinion than if you were to just rest at the top of every rep, you know. And that's something that it's kind of evolved over time, my thought process on this, because I used to be like, all right, I'm just going to do 15 reps. And if it has to be a 2-3 minute set, then that's what it is. But I've kind of taken the liberty of just speeding it up and just doing the reps that I can without having to reset and take forever between reps, you know. I just take a brace, take it, you know, make sure that the eccentric is controlled and just rip them. And I think that it felt really good on my quads. So it's something that I'm gonna try, especially with leg press, because I do think that I'm going to add it back in this week or next week for my primary leg day. I was thinking about it, and I do enjoy pendulum squat, but it has been in the program for quite a bit. And the reason that I really did not want to do leg press during my strength block was the fact that it is very tedious to rack up 6-7 plates um, to do a leg press, and then you have to take them all off, especially after heavy squats. It is not something that I wanted to do. But now that my squats are not that heavy or heavy at all, you know, I'm doing 115 kilos next week. I decided, you know what, I'm going to do some leg press, you know, because I haven't really been able to take the Cybex squat press for a ride, truly. I only did like 6 plates on it, and that was it. I only had like 2 weeks progression, so I'm gonna add that squat press back in and run it for this block, maybe the next one too, like 10, 11 weeks, and then see how it is, you know. But I kind of went off the rails there a little bit on the discussing leg training. That's pretty much it for today, guys. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like, a comment, or subscribe. And I will see you tomorrow for deadlifts and a back day. Thanks for watching.